Bhutale Srimate Gopi Pranadhanadasa iti namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivishashunyavadi Kashyapya Deshatarine. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindhabhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pandum langayati girimitri Shri Guruntaranam Katum Paramananda Madhav Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Katanchana Smriti Yasyan Dushkaram Satram Bhavet Vismriti Pritam Syat Shri Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, chapter 26.
Okay. You're going to read, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. Let me first share the screen. This right? The next day.
Yeah.
Let me check on the group. It is written there.
That's my recollection also.
After visiting, okay, yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Pranam Prabhuji. The next day after visiting the Jagannath temple, early in the morning, the Bhattacharya went to see Lord Chaitanya, and he offered his respects by falling down before the Lord. He then began to explain his past undesirable behavior. When he asked the Lord to speak something about devotional service, the Lord began to elaborately explain the verse in the Brihan Puran, beginning Hare Nam, Hare Nam. While hearing this explanation, the Bhattacharya became more and more ecstatic. Seeing the condition of his brother-in-law, Gopinath Acharya said, "My dear Bhattacharya, previously I had said that when one is favored by the Supreme Lord, he will understand the techniques of devotional service. Today I am seeing this fulfilled." The Bhattacharya offered him his due respect and replied, "My dear Gopinath Acharya, it is through your mercy that I have received the mercy of the Supreme Lord. The mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be obtained by the mercy of a pure devotee. Lord Chaitanya's mercy was bestowed upon the Bhattacharya because of Gopinath Acharya's endeavor. You are a great devotee of the Lord," the Bhattacharya continued, "and I was simply blinded by my academic education. So it is only through your agency that I have obtained the mercy of the Lord." Lord Chaitanya was greatly pleased to hear the Bhattacharya say that a man can achieve the mercy of the Lord through the agency of a devotee. Lord Chaitanya appreciated his words and embraced the Bhattacharya, confirming his statement.
This is a very important point here, that Lord Chaitanya appreciated his words and embraced the Bhattacharya, confirming his statement. So, the intervention of a pure devotee is the source of all good fortune, is the source of all uh, auspiciousness. In fact, we pray, the pure devotees pray that they are made of the mercy of the pure devotees. So the material body is made of flesh, bones, skin, so many different things. But the spiritual body is made by the mercy of the devotees. I mean, of course, it's. I'm talking figuratively, but also literally in the sense that uh, uh, the feature of the body, spiritual body, is it is eternal and it is chit. So that the consciousness is the most uh, what do you call it? Um, what is the symptom of life? Symptom of life is consciousness. Symptom of matter is lack of consciousness. So it's the consciousness which is the what do you call it? The very uh, build, you could say, of the soul is consciousness. And if that consciousness is filled with the blessings of the pure devotees, then we can say that we are made of the mercy of the pure devotee. So it's not just um, figuratively, but also it has got a deep sense. Uh, yeah. So anyway, the idea is that we need to make our body, spiritual body, uh, what it is, or fit by assimilating the mercy of the pure devotees. And we think that we are made of their mercy. That's why we are able to serve the Lord. And this is a very how do you say, a cardinal element of the practice of bhakti. Generally, in the material world, people just uh, um, are proud of the fact that, oh, we all have individual relationship with the Lord. Yes, we also know that we all have individual, unique relationship with the Lord. Nobody else can serve the Lord like the way that particular individual soul can serve. Nobody can give pleasure to the Lord like that way that individual particular soul can give. That is the meaning of uniqueness. Everybody can give the Lord a unique kind of pleasure. But uh, it is the mercy of the pure devotees which enables that reciprocation with the Lord. It is the mercy of the pure devotees which enables that reciprocation with the Lord. So although we have a constitutional nature with the Lord, nevertheless, it is the mercy of the pure devotees which invokes that relationship and exchange with the Lord. So it is not exaggeration to say that we are made of the mercy of the pure devotees. Any thoughts, questions on that?
So, Prabhuji, you said that um, uh, uh, one can satisfy the Lord in a unique relationship, in a unique way. I mean to say that
Yeah,
Krishna has a unique relationship with each and every soul. And
yeah,
that can be done through the mercy of a pure devotee, you said, right?
yeah,
So, an animal can also, because we have heard from read from the
yeah,
Shastras
yeah,
that
yeah,
animals got also liberated,
yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
in each case, in each soul's case, when a soul goes back to Godhead, that
Hmm.
must be through the mercy of the pure devotee, and in most
Correct.
of the cases, a spiritual master. In all the cases, I would say
Yeah.
that the spiritual master's mercy
Hmm.
is the thing that carries that soul to the back to Godhead, and here that soul can serve the Lord in a particular way.
One day, Guru, it is not just the spiritual master, but
Yeah.
it is the assembly of great souls, assembly of many gurus. Yes.
Okay, the Siksha and Diksha gurus like
Yeah. It
Mana
is. It
Siksha
is. It
says.
is a combination of pure devotees.
Mhm.
That combination of pure devotees may be different from different people, but it is a combination of pure devotees, of which the spiritual master is a very important person in that combination.
Like in the
Yes.
Mana Siksha, the spiritual master, the Diksha and Siksha guru, the Vaishnavas, Svajana, Brajvasis, all these lists are given.
Hmm.
So all these are included.
Yeah, I mean, Prabhupada created the International Society for Krishna Consciousness.
Mhm.
No? So it's a society of pure devotees.
Yeah, true. Okay, so in this world, also in this material world and in the spiritual world, in both the worlds, only through the mercy of pure devotees, soul can serve.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
I don't want to take the class in a
No,
different.
it's the very nature of family, Like, for
Yeah.
example, you are part of a joint family, right? It's the very nature of family that all the relationships are interconnected. And
Hmm.
it is the interconnectedness of the relationship which helps you to be properly situated in that family,
Hmm. Hmm.
like that.
Hmm. Prabhuji,
There's
can I
something called,
ask a
you cannot
related
look at it.
question to this? I mean to say, then that may break the flow of the class for a while. But
No, no.
I just want to ask one more question in this regard. In a recent JSS, you must have heard that we have a JSS on every Thursday from ISKCON Sheshadripuram. And Sadhguru
Thurs-
Sevanandini Mataji and her husband are conducting those JSS.
it's called Throwbacks Thursdays,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
In
So,
Mayapur also they have on Thursday. Today at 5:30 you have. Today I'm supposed to give the talk on Guru
Jai.
Maharaj. It will come. It will come live. It will come live.
Okay, it's also live, but it's from ISKCON Sheshadri from Bangalore.
Okay.
Um, the Prabhu that left the body 2 years back in Corona through when he was
Anandi Jagannath.
yeah, he's the one who has given this seva to who had given this seva to Akshay Goswami Prabhu and Sadhguru Sevanandini Mataji. So from then they are even before then also they are trying to conduct this GSS, and sometimes it's in Hindi because when there are so many Hindi viewers also, so they search some Hindi speakers also. So last time there was a devotee couple from Bangalore only. I forgot the name. So some Vadwani or like
Madhusudan Vadvan
yeah. They were there and
and Radha Shakti.
yeah, they gave a beautiful talk. It was so lively to
We are
hear.
very close friends. We got initiated on the same day also. 24th January 1994. We were together in Vrindavan last month for twice we were together for a few days.
And it was one of the best JSs. They gave a very, very beautiful talk, both of them. So they just narrated an incident. And we have heard from many times from our Guru Maharaj, from Prabhupada, and from many devotees that if a disciple doesn't goes back to Godhead, the Guru has to come and take him back. So some astrologers said to them, that astrologer didn't know that he is an initiated devotee, he is connected to ISKCON or anything about any spiritual background of them. So that astrologer, long time back, he said, well, you have a guru and you are following some spirituality like that and you have a guru. So, yeah, we have. So well, like that guru is been connected to you from your last birth. So they said, okay, oh, we became very proud of, we became very happy. Oh, that the same guru is there, and we are so fortunate like that. So they said that we are also connected to one of the Srila Prabhupada's disciple very closely, and quite often we discuss many things with him also. So we mentioned this incident to him, and we thought that we will get lots of praise and that Prabhupada's disciple uh, scolded them a lot. Well, like, what I think that are you so lucky? you should be repenting that for you your guru had to come back again to take you back to God. And he was just speaking it in very general way to make us all understand the gravity of the situation. Actually, they are very, you know them, na? They are very jolly type of persons, and they gave the speech also very nicely. So my question is here that we have heard it before also, and this is what that Prabhu was also saying. So does it mean that the guru comes in his body, in his spiritual body again and again to take us back to Godhead, or he sent some representative, or it's upon Krishna to decide to whom to send or to whom not to send?
It's up to Krishna.
It's up to Krishna. Okay.
No, but the burden is there. The burden is there. You need to be, the guru is responsible. So whether Krishna would send a guru or the representatives of the guru, yeah, the responsibility is there on the disciples to follow properly. That's the idea.
Yeah,
so it
true.
could be the guru, it could be his representatives, it could, yeah, it depends, as you ask the question. Yes, depends on what Krishna wants. But one cannot just, okay, I did my best and that's it. No, there is a continuing series of responsibility. It's a continuing responsibility of the guru. Whomever initiates, it is the responsibility of the guru. Yes.
But what will Guru does then when the disciple is not following? Because Guru Maharaj has so many disciples and thousands, So how will Guru Maharaj check with all that whether they are doing or not? It's the responsibility of the disciple only. Like Guru Maharaj says many times that the Guru is a leading bird and the disciples are the following birds. And every bird has to fly on his own.
Correct. At the same time, that the guru has to come back as leading bird all the time.
Yeah.
So that's the point. There, it's a combination of both free will and also the leadership required, right? Both. So, but as you, I mean, as you rightly asked, is it Krishna decides that the guru should come or his representatives or whatever? That responsibility is not a small responsibility. That's the point that is essential for us to understand.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Yeah. Shall I restart?
Yeah. Anybody else has any thoughts or reflections or questions? You can start, Madhu, please.
The Lord then requested the Bhattacharya to go see Jagannath in the temple, and the Bhattacharya started out for the temple, accompanied by Jagdanand and Damodar, two principal associates of Lord Chaitanya. After seeing Jagannath, the Bhattacharya returned home, bringing with him much prasadam purchased from the temple. He sent all this prasadam to Lord Chaitanya through his Brahmana servant. The Bhattacharya also dispatched two verses written on a palm tree leaf and requested Jagdanand to do him a favor by delivering them to the Lord. Thus, the Lord Chaitanya was offered the prasadam and the verses on the palm leaf. But before reaching the Lord, Mukunda Dutt, who also had undertaken the delivery of the verses, had copied the verses into his book. When Lord Chaitanya read the verses on the palm leaf, he tore it to the pieces, for he never liked to be praised by anyone. The verses only survived because they had been copied by Mukunda Datta. Prabhuji, which are these verses?
Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti
Yes.
Yoga. Those two verses.
The verses praise Lord Chaitanya as the supreme original personality of Godhead, declaring that he had descended as Lord Chaitanya to preach to the people in general about detachment, transcendental knowledge, and devotional service. Comparing Lord Chaitanya to an ocean of mercy, the Bhattacharya wrote, "Let me surrender unto that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." Unto that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord, seeing that devotional service was absent, descended in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach devotional service. Let us all surrender unto his lotus feet and learn from him what devotional service actually is. These two important verses are considered the most valuable jewels by the devotees of the Lord in disciplic succession, and by virtue of these famous verses, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya has become known as the highest of devotees. Prabhuji, here it's written that the Lord, seeing that devotional service was absent, descended in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach devotional service. Okay.
That is the second verse, Madhuri. Can you just go to type on this thing? Vairagya Vidya Rija Bhakti Yoga. Type that verse. So these are the two verses.
This one. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योग शिक्षार्थम एक पुरुष पुराण श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपाम बुधिर यस्तम अहम प्रपद्ये. Let me take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who has descended in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach us real knowledge. His devotional service and detachment from whatever does not foster Krishna consciousness. He has descended because he is an ocean of transcendental mercy. Let me surrender unto his lotus feet. Should I read the purport? There's no purport.
There is no purport to that verse.
Can you see
Next
my
verse.
screen? I'm sharing. Yeah, I'm.
Next verse.
Kala Nashtam. Yeah, this is the verse. Kala Nashtam Bhakti Yogam Nijam Yaha Pradush Kartum Krishna Chaitanya Nama Avirbhutastasya Padarvinde Gadam Gadam Liyatam Chitta Bhringaha. Let my consciousness, which is like a honey bee, take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has just now appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to teach the ancient system of devotional service to himself. This system had almost been lost due to the influence of time. Should I read the purport also?
You can go back to the text. This is what is being referred to.
Fine. The Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya was converted into one of the most important devotees of the Lord, and he had no other interest than to serve the Lord. His only concern was to think of Lord Chaitanya constantly, and this meditation and chanting became the main purpose of his life. One day, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya came before the Lord, offered his respects, and began to recite one of the Brahma's prayers from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:48. The Bhattacharya recited as follows: Tatte nukampam susumakshamano bhunjana evatmakritam vipakam hridavagvapurbhir vritidhan namaste jivet yo bhakti pade sadaya bhag. In reciting the words, the Bhattacharya changed the original word mukti, liberation, to bhakti, devotional service in the last line. The meaning of the original verse is a person who devotes his mind, body, and speech to the service of the Lord, even though in the midst of a miserable life caused by his past misdeeds, is assured of liberation. Why have you changed the original verse? The Lord asked the Bhattacharya. The word is mukti, and you have changed it to bhakti. The Bhattacharya replied that mukti is not as valuable as bhakti, and that mukti is actually a sort of punishment for the pure devotee. Jai. For this reason, he changed the word mukti to bhakti. The Bhattacharya then began to explain his realization of bhakti. Anyone who does not accept the transcendental personality of Godhead and his transcendental form cannot know the supreme truth. One who does not understand the transcendental nature of the body of Krishna becomes his enemy and decries him or fights with him. The destination of such enemies is to merge into the Lord Brahman's effulgence. Such mukti or liberation is never desired by the Lord's devotees. There are 5 kinds of liberation: gaining admission to the planet where the Lord resides, being able to associate with the Lord, attaining a transcendental body like the Lord's, attaining opulence like the Lord's, and merging into the existence of the Lord. A devotee has no particular interest in any of these types of liberation. He is satisfied simply by being engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. A devotee is especially averse to merging into the existence of the Lord and losing his individual identity Indeed, a devotee considers oneness with the Lord to be worse than hell. But he will accept one of the 4 other kinds of liberation if it enables him to be engaged in the service of the Lord. After the 2 possibilities of merging in transcendence, namely becoming one with that impersonal Brahman and becoming one with the personality of Godhead, the later is more abominable to the devotee. The devotee has no aspiration other than engaging in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. On hearing this, Lord Chaitanya informed Bhattacharya that there is another meaning to the word Mukti Pade. The word Mukti Pade directly indicates the personality of Godhead. The personality of Godhead has innumerable liberated souls engaged in his transcendental loving service, and he is the ultimate resort of liberation. In either case, Krishna is ultimate shelter. Despite this reading, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, I prefer Bhaktipade to Muktipade. Although according to you there are 2 meanings to the word Muktipade, still because this word is ambiguous, I prefer Bhaktipade to Muktipade because when one hears the word Mukti, he immediately thinks of becoming one with the Supreme. I therefore even hate to utter the word Mukti, but I am very enthusiastic to speak of Bhakti. At this, the Lord Chaitanya laughed very loudly and embraced the Bhattacharya with great love. Thus, the Bhattacharya, who had taken pleasure in explaining Mayavad philosophy, became such a staunch devotee that he hated even to utter the word Mukti. This is possible only by the causeless mercy of Lord Chaitanya. The Lord is like a touchstone. By his grace, he can turn iron into gold. After the Bhattacharya's conversation, everyone marked a great change in him. And
Conversion, Bhattacharya's conversion.
After the Bhattacharya's conversion, everyone marked a great change in him, and they concluded that this change was made possible only by the inconceivable power of Lord Chaitanya. Thus, they took it granted that Lord Chaitanya was none other than Lord Krishna himself. Hari Hari. Prabhuji, when will I have this mercy? Even a bit of this mercy, not the whole.
Actually, here we see how Lord Chaitanya laughs and after hearing that explanation, because internally is happy. At the same time, Lord Chaitanya also did not accept that change from Muktipade to Bhaktipade. Simultaneously, he was both appreciative and also not in approval of the change also.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, the point is that one was understood that the Supreme Lord is a person, and devotional service unto him, attaining the goal of life, prema, as the highest achievement for a soul, that understanding is the perfect understanding. So, therefore, Lord Chaitanya was very happy. At the same time, we also, it's not, although it's not mentioned here explicitly or in detail, but Lord Chaitanya also did not accept the change. He explains later on that Muktipade is also equivalent of Bhaktipade.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, any thoughts, questions, reflections?
Hare
One
Krishna,
thing I want. Yes,
Dhanvatana.
ma'am. Yeah, please.
Yes. Prabhuji,
Go
two things. The previously we were talking about the Guru Tattva. So Guru just think that I also asked the same question and I got the answer that uh, Guru Tattva. Yes, and I please help me to understand. They said that Guru Tattva comes again. So Guru Tattva means any person can come. Does it mean is this both things that you said that Krishna decides who would come, the same Guru? So I said, so
It could be the same guru, it could be his representative, it could be, yeah, that's decided by Krishna. But the spiritual master himself personally coming is also not ruled out. But when it says accepting a disciple means the guru is accepting personal responsibility. So uh, which means that the guru may come directly also, but he could also send his representatives like that. It's a team who will come. Krishna decides.
so Guru's representative means Guru's disciple.
Yeah, someone who is willing to take that responsibility on behalf of the guru. Need not be just the disciple, it could be Siksha disciple also. Need not be only Diksha disciple. So the point is someone uh, who's connected to the guru. Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. And in this connection, I was thinking that Sarbhum Bhattacharya has understood what bhakti is. So he changed the word like mukti to bhakti. So, but yes, it was spoken by Lord Brahma. So Lord Chaitanya appreciated also but didn't change. So I could understand this.
I didn't understand your explanation. Just say that again.
Okay, so I was saying that when Sarvam Bhattacharya said Mukti Sadai Bhag, so it's like Bhakti Sadai Bhag. So Bhakti, of course, Lord Chaitanya appreciated it, but it was spoken by Lord Brahma, so he didn't change it.
Yeah. It's a Brahma's a pure devotee. Yes.
Yes.
There's
So,
nothing wrong with Mukti Pade, actually speaking.
yeah, because for a devotee, Mukti is actually Bhakti. Here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Ruchi.
Any other thoughts?
So it must be due to, because if I mean to say, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was also a devotee, and there could be some other devotees also who would like something other thing in the Bhagavatam, then it will keep on, it would be changing again and again, and Krishna did not want any change in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which was originally written by Vedavyasji.
Yeah. Bhagavatam is, yeah, there are, scripture is perfect. Nobody has to try to make the scripture perfect. It's already perfect.
Yeah. Shall I share?
Hold on, Maji. Any other thoughts or questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask, when suppose after initiation, if a person, the disciple completely changes his minds and leaves bhakti, so in that case, what does the guru does?
It depends. It depends on what. There are instances where a guru can reject a disciple also if they commit very big offenses and things like that. That is a possibility also. But generally, they are not rejected. Yeah, that's how it is. So because they're not rejected, they also have the responsibility to deliver them. Vaishnavas by nature are very compassionate. They don't reject souls who have surrendered to them, even though they may not be surrendered currently. at once upon a time they were surrendered. So because of their nature of being like desiratories and being very kind, so they don't normally reject a disciple. That happens only when they become very offensive. Like for example, during Prabhupada's time, he had a Sanskrit editor called Nitai Das. So what Nitai Das did was he started following some of the Babajis at Radhakund who did not accept the lineage of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. That he, because he comes in the line of Gaurakishore Babaji, somehow, I mean, that's a whole big discussion. They don't accept the lineage of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So, and this follower of, I mean, this disciple of Prabhupada, Nitai Das, wanted to follow some of those Babajis who don't accept the lineage of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And so he came and told Prabhupada, he came and explained this to Prabhupada that he wants to leave Prabhupada and be among one of those personalities who are differing, who do not accept the lineage of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So he wrote a letter to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada is very sarcastic when he saw the letter. He's asking for blessings to leave him, you know. So anyway, after that incident, because he questioned the lineage of his Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada wrote a letter to all the ISKCON temple presidents. It says, may it be known that Nitai has become a poisonous snake and he should not be permitted in any of our centers. So this is a very rare instance where a guru is rejecting a disciple. Normally that doesn't happen.
One more question I had, like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepted the statement, but he at one place he accepted the statement and one place he was not completely happy. So how should we understand that thing?
No. There is something called the spirit and there's something called the letter. He accepted the spirit of Sarva Bhattacharya's explanation, but he did not accept the letter of it. There's no need to change it. He can use the same word. I mean, the same explanation can be given, and the same explanation doesn't get distorted even by keeping that word mukti in the phrase. So that's how we understand. He appreciated the spirit of his explanation, surely, but he did not accept the fact that the letter and the spirit are the same. That's what he's trying to say. Although the Sarvabhatta argument of the letter could convey a different meaning, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, let the letter remain, and this is the correct meaning. That's all.
There is no hidden meaning of that.
No, there's no hidden meaning. It's just that Mukti Pade. Because he in fact, he saw this just now. We saw the explanation. The Sarvabhattacharya thought that because Mukti will remind people of impersonal liberation. Therefore, why should that word be there? Let it be Bhakti Pade. That was his explanation.
Thank you,
Lord
Prabhuji.
Chaitanya appreciated the spirit of the explanation, but he did not accept the explanation itself.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anindita Jana Mataji, I don't know if we should continue because I have to leave exactly at 5 o'clock or 5 maybe because of that JSSS talk that I have to give. So I don't know, maybe we can, since we come to the end of the paragraph, is there any other question that you have not necessarily connected to this class? You can also ask now. I have a little bit more time, maybe 7 minutes more.
Prabhuji, were you present in today's Mayapur class by His Grace Tara Prabhu?
I wasn't.
Okay.
Why?
No, there was some explanation and lots of comments on enviousness. Where can the enviousness be dovetailed for Krishna's service? He said yes, and a few other comments were that cannot be, So it was very hodgepodge for me to understand. So I wanted to understand. Though it was a very good class, and he had covered many points in his class. I like his classes, but today the question answer session was very, so many comments with this. So I wanted to understand.
Dovetailed in the service of the. You don't find that anywhere. So
Sorry?
in his purports, Bhaktivedanta purports, you don't find, at least I haven't come across, if someone can show me, I'll be willing to look at it. I haven't come across anywhere where Prabhupada speaks about envy being dovetailed in the service of the Lord.
Yeah, I haven't heard. So there is one Rakesh Prabhu like that. It's a young boy. He said that no, I haven't heard this. But, there were other comments from other devotees. Uh, so it was something mixed up type of. So I thought that I will understand through you.
No, the Prabhupada doesn't speak about dovetailing envy, lust, anger, greed are the three grades to hell. So lust can be engaged in the service of the Lord. Anger can be engaged in the service of the Lord. Greed also can be engaged. Instead of being greedy for material accomplishments, tautra laulyam mulyam ekam. Janma sukriti na labhyate. So we can be greedy to serve the Lord. So that is also permissible. But envy, I haven't come across anywhere. Prabhupada spoke about competition. Competition in the material world is generally driven by envy. But in spiritual life, competition is not driven by envy. Prabhupada explained that the devotee thinks this devotee has done something wonderful. So let me do something even more wonderful. But it's not that this person has done something, but it's all useless. He doesn't know how to do it. I know how to do it. First of all, you accept the superiority of what they've done. So it is
Prabhuji,
not like
this is something very, one should have very high vision to understand this, even amongst the devotee circle.
No. There's no high vision. Prabhupada did not explain it as high vision. Prabhupada explained it in a very simple manner. Someone has done something very tangible and wonderful for the Lord. So, by definition, if you love the Lord, you're supposed to feel happy that somebody has done something wonderful for the Lord. And the Lord has become happy by that. So, your goal is to make Lord even more happy. So, you're competing. Okay, you made him happy. Fantastic. Let me try to make him even more happy. There is no feeling of regret. Oh, this devotee did something. There's no feeling of regret because they pleased the Lord. They've done something wonderful for the Lord. So the idea is that the Lord has become happy. So let me make the Lord even more happy. Now let's see. You've done this much. I will do this much. I'll try to make the Lord more happy. Then the other devotee say, no, I will do even more than this. So I will try to make the Lord even more happy. So the consciousness is different. First of all, in spiritual life, Prabhupada said, there is acknowledgement of the greatness of some service. If you do not understand the greatness of what someone has done, which made the Lord happy, how can you make the Lord more happier than that? It's not possible. Without you, first of all, understanding how great it is that this devotee has done, the activity that this devotee has done is so great that the Lord has become happy by that. So that understanding is there. That's the basis of the understanding. Material life is totally different. Oh, this is useless. As Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, Nengti Pancho logic. There used to be a boy called Pancho. In villages in India, boys run around naked. So his name, they used to call him Nengti Pancho. Pancho is the name of the boy. Nengti means naked Pancho. So once a naked Pancho, when he grew up, he became the High Court judge. They said, oh, Nengti Pancho became High Court judge. Oh, he used to run around naked in our village. Oh, he must have paid some money, some bribe. This is nonsense. Where you're not acknowledging the greatness of what somebody has done. That's called envy. So first of all, Krishna consciousness means you acknowledge the greatness of what someone is doing for the Lord. Then you think, okay, this person has done something amazing for the Lord. And the Lord is very happy with that.
Hmm.
And what is your goal? Your goal is to make the Lord all constantly happy, right? You should try. It is in fact a sign of being properly fixed. Let me try to make the Lord more happier.
Mhm.
So if I want to try to make the Lord more happier, then I should do something even more amazing than what that devotee has done. Without understanding that it's amazing, you cannot do something even more amazing
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
expect the Lord to be happy.
Hmm.
You need to be in touch with reality. Without being in touch with reality, you will not be able to make the Lord more happy. And to be in touch with reality, you should have a full sense of how great that service that devotee has rendered.
Hmm. Nice.
That's not envy. That's not envy. As I'm saying, envy cannot be dovetailed because envy by definition means uh, envious of someone. Envious of someone means you look down upon the person.
Mhm.
And not only you look down upon the person, you're trying to uh, not just look down
Pull
upon the
him
person,
back.
but
Pull him back.
you're also trying to, yeah, not just look down upon the person, not just belittle the person, but you're also trying to make the person uh, less able than what they currently are.
Hmm.
Somehow by hook or crook, you're trying to make them less able than what they currently are.
Hmm.
That's envy. That cannot be engaged in the service.
Hmm. Prabhupada also gives examples of gopis. That one gopi, when one gopi is trying to satisfy Radha and Krishna, and other is trying to give more pleasure. That I should satisfy more. So he gives the examples of gopis and Radharani also in this regard, I think.
Yeah. No, although you do find some instances of jealousy as transcendental jealousy, Prabhupada uses the example. But the point there is that, see, if in the material world, one gets jealous for one's own sake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in the spiritual world, the gopis are not dressing so that they become happy. They're
Mm-hmm.
dressing up so that Krishna becomes happy seeing them.
Yeah, true.
There's a big conscious, there's a big difference. Just
Mm.
like, so even if they're jealous, their
Mm.
jealousy is not driven by them being the center. Their jealousy is driven by Krishna being the center and giving him more pleasure. That jealousy gives pleasure to Krishna.
Mm.
But
Yes.
transcendental jealousy, you cannot be compared to this material world.
Yes.
That's why those kind of topics are beyond our reach. Our reach is only connected to how Prabhupada said, if Tripurari Maharaj, Prabhupada called him the incarnation of book distribution. So he used to compete with Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Once he distributed so many books, Prabhupada said, if Tamal hears this, he will have a heart attack. So yeah. So there he was just evoking the sense of competition without envy. Like if you see in Servant of the Servant, Tamal Krishna Maharaj writes that episode. I think we'll read that in the next class. Oh, next Thursday I won't be able to take a class because I'll be in Tirupati for the ISKCON India Bureau meetings.
Okay. So there would be no class?
Not next Thursday. The Thursday after that will be. So I will try to post that section in the group. Read it. That is called competition. Where
Is it the
Tamal
same
Krishna
like
Maharaj,
when Tamal Krishna Maharaj said that I'm a temple president of some, I think, Los Angeles temple? Then Prabhupada said that there is, it's a earth, there is a place called America.
that is where Prabhupada is saying about teaching us how we can think we are big people and we can be proud of our identity. Not that. There is uh, where Tamal Krishna Maharaj and his Radha Damodar party, they go to ISKCON Gainesville. And Gainesville's temple president is Amarendra Prabhu. And Gainesville is known for its it was famous in America for its prasadam. They used to use so much ghee that instead of ISKCON Gainesville, it used to be called ISKCON Geesville. So when the Radha Damodar party reaches Gainesville, so Amarendra Prabhu and Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they have a competition. So what is it? Tamal Krishna Maharaj tells Amarendra Prabhu, we have got so many young men, all very young, energetic men. We have reached your temple. I don't know if you will be able to feed us. So then Amarendra Prabhu responds by saying that, oh, you got all small boys. This is nothing for us. So then they enter into actual competition where Tamal Krishna Maharaj challenges that he will not be able to cook enough to feed them. And Amarendra Prabhu takes up the challenge. He says, we will be able to cook so much that you will not be able to eat. You and your boys will not be able to eat. So then they actually have a competition. That is it's worth reading. That is called transcendental competition.
Please share.
I'll share.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
What I'll do is that I'll share it 5 minutes before our previous class, next class. So you can start the class with that.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, so thank you all very much.
Vancha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyavcha paritanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.